Hi, this is Buck Baskin with DiscipleNowCurriculum.com, and just want to take a second to talk with you about thinking beyond Disciple Now. And, I think in order to do that, you have to really get to what the heart of Disciple Now is. And for me, it's discipleship. It's about through the worship, through the teaching, through the Bible study, students being discipled and getting a taste of what that means. And for some students, it's starting their discipleship. Some students in your weekend will get saved and be discipled for the first time. Some people, it's about furthering their discipleship. They just need to grow, need to take their next steps. And hopefully for some of your students, they're beginning or already are discipling others. And so for me, that's what the heart of it all is. And as we think about that heart, as we think about what Disciple Now is all about, we have to start taking our next steps. And for me, that's is where we think bigger. Too often we just think within our event. Is my event put together? Do I have a lot of students showing up? Did students get saved? These are all important things. We have to think beyond that of what is the purpose for our event. Because honestly, Disciple Now is the starting point of discipleship. It's not the ending point. So we have to start thinking big picture of how are you going to disciple your students beyond Disciple Now? And honestly, big picture of what kind of catalyst could this be? Could this event be the marking point where your students' lives change? Could it be the marking point to where their schools change? Could it be the marking point where a revival breaks out in our nation and in our world based on the decisions and the choices that your students make in your Disciple Now weekend? So I encourage you, as you think and plan it now, think bigger. And then with this, you have to plan ahead. So many times we think that this is just going to happen. But if you're really going to think beyond Disciple Now and have that big picture thoughts, then you have to plan ahead. Plan ahead for how your students are going to be discipled. How is that ministry going to look? What resources are you going to put into their hands? What plan and vision are you going to give them to disciple each other, to be discipled themselves, to go reach their lost friends? You have to plan ahead for these things so you can plan your Disciple Now accordingly, but also cast that vision for them long term. This is why we've offered some devotionals. We're going to have new discipleship material and resources coming up soon for post-email stuff that you can put straight in your students' hands so that they can be discipled and they can also disciple their friends. So go over to DiscipleNowCurriculum.com now. Check out those resources. Let's work together to disciple your students and to see our world change for Christ.